How's everybody doing out there in T's? Let's start over.
These are bloopers.
Come on, we gotta get started.
Okay.
Love and happiness. How's everybody doing out there in TV land? I'm TJ Lindsay. This is my beautiful wife.
Hi, I'm Ty Lindsay.
And we are the Lindsays. And we're back again for a new podcast. And we haven't done a podcast in a pretty long time. We took a very, very long break. We got married. We started this show. And we kind of separated from it. A lot of life going on, and just, stuff getting in the way. But, it's going to be our duty to try to be intentional going forward with this show to give y'all a lot more content now. So that's our main focus going forward here is to give y'all more of the Lindsay's podcast, more marriage stuff. And what you think, boo? How you feel about the hiatus? You know what I'm saying? Same thing?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. You hit it right on the nose. Just being more intentional with updates. And it's important for us because I know you probably had people too come to you and ask you about the podcast. I've had a lot of people say, hey, do y'all still do podcasts? Do you guys still do your episodes? So I think that's motivation as to why we're here now, and also just giving you guys updates since we first got married. So we just celebrated year 4, and we're
Year 4. Yeah, round of applause for year 4. It's been an experience, a journey, being married. Of course, none of us have never been married before. So all of this is new, and we're just learning through the process and also growing throughout the process. And that's kind of, what we've been doing. And kind of had a full circle moment here recently because we went to San Diego for our honeymoon, and we actually just went back for our 4th anniversary. So, we're going to talk about that a little bit, as well as we're going to talk about this challenge that we actually just completed, which is the 40-40 challenge. So, since this is the first episode back, it won't be too long, but we're going to give y'all some updates and talk about that stuff and, just go from there. And going forward, like we said, we're going to try to be a lot more consistent, upgrading our space. We just moved into a new home, and so a lot of life stuff going on. So this is our opportunity to, start to rebuild that foundation. So you want to start with the 40-40 challenge, or you want to start with San Diego?
We can start with the 40-40 challenge because that came first.
So go ahead.
Before Cindy. Okay. So what the 40-40 challenge is, or was, well, is because they still have it. They have it periodically. It's like an occurring thing. So you walk or run a mile every day for 40 days. They give you a book out of the Bible to read. We went over John. So we studied John. And then each day they give you like a challenge. Like some of the challenges will be like, reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, or pray for this person, or write down what you're struggling with, or write down your goals. Things like that. It was just like pushing you to kind of move outside of your comfort zone. So for 40 days, we were literally dedicated to walking a mile for 40 days. And it sounds like it's not hard, right? It just doesn't sound like it's hard, but it was challenging in the beginning to like to get up and walk that mile. It really was.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, I think what it does, what it teaches you is consistency.
Yeah.
If you do something, doesn't let's say you go really hard one day doing something, that won't yield you the same results as if you were to make incremental steps forward each day.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest things that I learned from the challenge is just consistency over time. I think yields you. I think at the end of it, we had a better spirit, better mind, and our bodies felt better as well. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just consistency. It didn't feel like a lot, but once you get to doing it every day, it actually does feel like a lot. Like another mile.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But and then in doing it for 40 days, like I know for me now, like after we just finished it on Friday, but I was thinking earlier today, like man, like the day kind of feels incomplete because we didn't get up and walk a mile today. So
yeah,
I think it continues to push you to just continue to be active. And I know for me, I don't even know if I mentioned this part, but the goal of the challenge really is to kind of get you back on track with your journey with God. Or if you don't really have a relationship with Him, like this is a great start to, have a relationship with Him. It takes you on like a journey. And I know for me, overall, I got to see some things that I just did not like within my walk with God, and one of them being is compromising. And I just feel like if God is truly who you serve, that's truly who you believe in, then why do you compromise? So that's kind of sort of where I am at the end of this challenge.
yeah. And I feel like at the end of the challenge, it definitely taught me, like she said, that's a big thing she just said is that the day feels incomplete. So it kind of allows you to get into the mindset of goal setting and
Yeah.
having that one thing in your day that qualifies the day as a win. I feel like
Hmm.
that's something that I've been trying to stick to, just making sure that you make a plan and stick to it, and that way you can quantify what is a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's because sometimes when you don't have a plan, you'll go through the day and you might feel like it was a bad day, just because you didn't specify what a good day is.
Hmm.
So if you specify what a good day is, if you do those things, you can say without a doubt it was a good day.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I learned. And I feel like my favorite. What was your favorite walk?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, so I wouldn't say I have one walk in particular. Most of our walks, so most of my favorite walks were walking together. So some days TJ and I actually walk together. Some days, just because of our work schedule, some days we would walk separately. Like I work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and so I would have to get up early, early, early and walk. And sometimes TJ would get up early with me and also walk, but he starts his work at a later time. So, sometimes we walked together, sometimes we didn't. But the best walks for me were when we were together. Um, because I feel like we were just in deep conversation, like about a lot of stuff about life, life experiences, life with God, life without God, and so on and so forth. So those were probably my favorite walks, like us doing it together. Um, just because of the conversations that we had. How about you?
I would say the same thing. That those conversations, I feel like led us back here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like led us back into more so taking the reins, of our purpose back. Just
Mm.
trying to having those conversations, and it allowed us to be in deep connection through
Mm.
that activity. And yeah, it was good for us to reconnect. And like you said, I agree. Now, my favorite walks, I would say, were in San Diego because we
Yeah.
just went to San Diego, and my favorite walks were there just because sometimes we could walk on the beach, we could walk on the boardwalk, and
Hmm.
we had good conversations. And San Diego is 3 hours back, so
Yeah.
we were waking up really early. Like
Yeah.
we're walking like every day was really early walks. And if anybody's ever been to San Diego, the weather is like perfect. So
Yeah.
imagine the morning time there. It felt good. And we would be able to go and get breakfast afterwards and continue the conversations never stopped.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, San Diego was definitely my favorite walks. So
Yeah.
I feel the same. And overall, yeah, it was a good challenge. So yeah, and it has inspired us to actually do some stuff that I feel like will be helpful to people going forward. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Some of the stuff we got coming up as well.
Yeah.
So, but anything else about the 40/40 challenge that you want to speak about, or you want to go talk on? Go ahead.
I would say if you do it. So I found them on Instagram. So it literally 40/40 challenge. It's all together one word. I found them on Instagram. The only thing I didn't necessarily benefit from was they have a Facebook group. I don't have a Facebook. So I couldn't join that group. So I kind of had to rely on TJ. TJ had to, hold me accountable, and I had to talk to him about different things, which all of that was fine. Like I said, those are some of my favorite walks. But I say, like, if it is something that you want to do, if you are really interested in, your walk with the Lord, or you want to gain understanding, John actually is a perfect book, I believe, because that's what they're tackling now, to read over, so you can learn about Jesus and, who he is and all of that, and his characteristics. So I would say, yeah, he'll meet you right where you are. Be open, be vulnerable. And I think you'll grow from it. I do. It's because it's hard. I mean, like I said, for 40 days we did that. So it's hard for us to come off of that and not still be active. So that's a positive. That's a win too.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything she just said, for sure. And yeah, John is definitely a great book in the Bible to, if you haven't read any of the Bible, John
Yeah.
is a really good book. So
Yeah.
excellent. We love that. So I don't think I got anything else about the 40/40 challenge. It was a good challenge. Do you want to move on to the San Diego trip? Anything else on your mind you want to speak about?
About the 40/40 challenge now, I think we pretty much covered that. So we can move on to San Diego.
So, as I stated, my favorite walks were in San Diego, and the challenge made way for us to, like you said, 1 mile a day. So, if I was to give a highlight of the San Diego trip, I would say one of the highlights for sure was our bike ride.
Oh my gosh.
So, since we've been counting miles, the 1 mile, we took that, and we just multiplied it into a bike ride. So we rented bikes on Coronado Island, and we just first we were just gonna go around the island, right? That was the whole plan, is to go around the island. And we was talking to the guy. He like it shouldn't take y'all too long. It's like an hour if you go around the island. He said, but if you go down here by this part right here, the Strand is what they called it. It's about 3 hours. So we're like, all right, cool. We're just going to go around the island, come right back. So, we get on the trail. We had a little crew at first, It's a lot of people out there that ride bikes. You can tell they ride bikes seriously.
Yeah.
So they were pretty deep in there. And so, we with them at first, but, they got a little pace. So, we had to stay together, So we staying together, we go on. So I'm looking for one specific landmark. I'm looking for the Coronado Hotel. I was unsure on which side of the street it was on. So we keep riding, and we never see it. So we passed the naval base, and I'm like, pull out the map. You know what I'm saying? We pull out the map. We still don't know where we at. We like, maybe we right here. So we just keep going. And then we noticed that we wasn't going nowhere. We just going. Like there was
Yeah.
so we weren't lost, but we didn't know where we was at. So we had to go. So we noticed that we were on the Strand that the dude warned us about.
Yeah.
And we was almost all the way down the Strand. It was hours later. So we finally navigated back. We went back all around the island, back around the naval base, and we ended up getting back. But it was a very long trip. But I would say it strengthened us because, like I said, on those walks, the conversations. This was more of something that created a little bit of tension. And this is something that I think, because we never argued about it.
We did not.
So it
We
was like, it
didn't.
was one of those situations to where it's like, maybe like when I was riding, because I was kind of responsible for getting this loss, I kind of kept my head down a little bit because I thought she was mad at me, you know. But she didn't say nothing. She never said anything. She just,
Yeah.
we just rolled. We just kept pushing, So
Yeah. I couldn't in that moment. I was just like, I was upset because I'm like, dang, we rode so far and we have to turn back around. Like, this is far. We just rode so far. And there was like one point in time we was in sand. I was like, oh my
yeah,
goodness. Like, what is going on?
yeah,
But I honestly was just focusing on not, I wasn't focusing on arguing or being upset with him at all. It was just kind of like, we're here and we have to get back. Like, we had to pay for parking. We didn't pay. We
oh
rented out
yeah,
these bikes. We have to
yeah,
pay for this. We have to get back. We have to, return these bikes, and we have to get back to this car. We have to get back. So for me, my mindset was just like I can't stop. Like, I can't give up. I knew if I stopped pedaling, it was going to be a wrap for us. Like, I knew, like, I would probably say, TJ, call us an Uber.
yeah,
Let's Uber back. But so I was just focused on not stopping. Like, I couldn't bring myself to stop. I don't know how we even survived that. I just know I couldn't stop. I literally started singing gospel music. That's kind of what kept me through, for real, for real.
yeah,
Just kept going. And I'm like, I was only mad at TJ because he's taller than me. So every time he would take a few pedals, it just seemed like I was so far behind him because I had to pedal more to keep up with him. So
yeah,
that was it. But yeah, that was crazy.
yeah. So that was another chance for us to be active and and again grow our relationship in that way. So just to give you an overview of everything we did. So we got there. First night we went to Mr. A's, just this luxury restaurant downtown San Diego overlooking the city. Great restaurant. Food was amazing. Drinks were good. The our waiter was really good, and that was just a really good time. I was able to say a little poem to Ty. That was our anniversary day. Not like a poem, but it was like something that I wrote down for her. Then the next day we went to Louisiana Purchase. What did we do that morning? Louisiana Purchase. The second day we went to Breakfast Republic. The second day,
Yeah.
because that was like a spot that we went on our first time we was in San Diego, and we
Yeah.
really liked it. So we went there again, and we went to we went to Louisiana Purchase, and we thought we was going to do something else that day, but we fell asleep. Getting old.
We did.
We fell asleep. We didn't wake up
Oh, we were knocked out.
until the next walk.
That is so true. Like,
We woke up on the next walk. So
we didn't really have to do much this trip. We did a lot of like very important things, I believe, but like we didn't have to do much. I think we just wanted, first of all, it was our anniversary, and then TJ always make this comment like we're probably the only two that have our kids the most out of everybody we know.
yeah,
So we needed the break away from the kids, like just a break away from work. Like, so I think that was just a resting time for us.
yeah,
We were knocked out.
absolutely.
Some days we were super duper tired, so. But it was fun. Oh, you want to talk about bow-legged?
Yeah, we getting there.
Okay.
Was that the third day, right? Yeah, so third day we went. That was the bike ride day.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
that's the bike ride day in the morning. Then we got back and we went to Bowleg. There's this place called Bowleg Barbecue in San Diego. Shout out Bowleg Barbecue,
Yes.
the owners, the people.
Yep.
Amazing. Amazing place. I posted some videos online. I'm gonna have to post some more stuff. The food was excellent. The people were excellent. It was a black owned restaurant and it really felt like really like home. It felt like a family reunion. It felt
Yeah.
like the backyard. People we didn't know anybody and before by the time we started eating, we had a whole group together having
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
And it's ironic that we was talking about Asada Shakur and she ended up passing away just last week. So yeah, what you think?
I agree. The food was amazing. The vibe, it's a whole experience. Like that's what I was telling my friends. Like outside of the food, it's just the owners. Like you could tell they took their time with it. Like walking up to the building, me and TJ was just looking like, where do we walk in at?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but they literally
It's one of
have.
those.
You guys remember the front doors?
Yeah.
Like I
The
can't
burglar
explain it.
bars. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like the mama.
I was about to say it's kind of giving Granny or something like that. Like it's giving Granny
It's the
vibes.
Smoky.
Like, so they were very intentional with that. And then when you walk in, like every room, it was just a whole bunch of Black history, of course, all over the wall. But every room was very special. Like they had like a sitting room, with like the wood, not wooden. It's not wooden, but kind of like it's like the woven. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. The chairs, the hay chairs, something like that. I know you guys know.
Yeah,
what I'm
it's like
talking
one of
about.
those family. It's like a family.
Yeah.
Those
So
older
I
chairs.
had that in there. They had like this old school pop. Like they sold Kool-Aid. Like it
Yeah.
was crazy.
They had everything.
It was crazy. And then when you go outside, it's like TJ said, it's like a family reunion. It's almost like you knew these people.
Yeah.
And it was very diverse. Like we hung out with like everybody.
Yeah.
It
So
was everybody was there. Very diverse.
yeah, I would definitely recommend Bowleg Barbecue if
Yes.
you ever in San Diego. We going back.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, we didn't even talk. They had Unc and them in the back
Yeah.
and serving the drinks, but you wouldn't even really know that that's where you would get your drinks from because it's just like they just seemed like they were back there chilling.
They just back there smoking
yeah.
cigars, chopping it up. They literally, yeah. Like
Yeah.
they just at home. They
Yeah.
just be there.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like really a community place.
It is.
And then they have a community garden next door.
yeah.
So
Shout
where,
out to them.
yeah, shout out to the owner of the community garden. We're gonna have to. He got a lot of like community service opportunities that he's running with. He was telling us about. Good guy. We met him. One of his
Yeah.
favorite places was Bowleg. So
I
he
think
was
his name is Ian.
Ian. Yep.
And
Ian.
you can find him on Instagram too. It's like New Village.
Yeah. We'll post that
Yeah.
in the video for sure.
Yeah.
Ian. Shout out Ian.
Yeah.
Shout out Bowleg Barbecue in San Diego for sure. We'll be
Yeah.
back. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Then that night, we rode the ferry, the Coronado ferry,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to the Prince. It's a Prince tribute,
Yeah.
and
nice.
it was at the Rady Shell. The Rady Shell, dope event center. Crazy. It's outdoor. It was packed. The energy was good. A lot of people trying new businesses in the in like the Commons area. People like we tasted a whole bunch of like new foods. There was this new cognac or no tequila that we tasted from the guy from the Beach Boys. It's called the Kokomo, which was very it was decent, and so that was a good thing we did. The radio show was fun, and the guy who did the Prince tribute, how you feel about him? What you rate him?
They did a really good job. They did a good job. They were like almost there.
Yeah,
Almost. They did a good job. Even with what they wore, everything. They were amazing. I forget their name.
yeah,
But they travel a lot. We have to figure that out. But they did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
With their tribute.
it was dope.
It was some little things he was saying, like he sounded just like Prince.
Yeah,
So it was really good. It was nice.
definitely dope. And then on Sunday, we went to see Anthony.
No, his name is Michael.
Anthony, I'm sorry. My bad. Mike Jr., funny comedian
Yeah.
at the church. They had a great show. They had a workshop where they talked about like marriage. It was a very fun event. It was very far from San Diego. We didn't know it was going to be that far. It was like 30 minutes outside of San Diego, but it was worth the drive. Again, it gave us the opportunity to bond and talk.
Yeah.
you got to cherish those moments when you get that time. That's what,
Yeah.
again, the 40-40 challenge was important for us to
Hmm.
start to realize that, to take advantage of these times and how important it is to talk. That's why they say communication is so important in relationships. You got to be able to talk to your partner, and all of those times are opportunities for you to grow closer, in my
Hmm.
opinion. How do you feel about
Yeah.
that whole event?
The marriage event. The marriage
Hmm.
event was fun. Um, it was cool to see like that. That was literally packed out. So I think it was nice for us to physically see how many people prioritize marriage, because you know
Yeah.
how what's going on with society now. They people say, oh, people are not getting married, or people don't want to get married, or that's old news now. But I think it was beautiful. It was a nice sight to see how many people like real they're married, and
Yeah.
want to stay married. you know
It was
so
full of married
yep.
couples, full of them.
Yep.
So
So that was good to see.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's always good to see. And I think that from seeing that, and we talking about this whole accumulation of things, the 40-40 challenge, to the San Diego trip, to all of the things we did there, it kind of inspired us. That's kind of
Hmm.
why we're back now,
Yeah.
and we're working on a lot of things. Tiana is working on her new book.
Hmm.
You want to talk a little bit about it? Just give them a little bit about it.
Uh,
Just drop a little
yes,
bit of
I'll give
sauce.
you guys a little bit
Just a
about it.
little bit of sauce.
So it's called Tripping for God. So it's a faith based book, of course. You probably could tell with the title. Um, Basically, it's about me journeying with God, and I'm not gonna give y'all too much.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
much
all. That's
it.
enough sauce. That's
But you
enough.
have to, when that book drop, we're almost there. You
Yeah.
have to get the book. It's some things in there that you gonna be like, what? That is crazy.
Yes. Absolutely. And I'm working on a few books actually. I got a couple books that I'm working on, but I feel like the more important of the topics that we're talking about. Well, let me tell you about the first book. First book is gonna be called "Ain't Nobody Playing But You," which is about my life, but more of a motivation, inspiration book. And
Hmm.
I think it'll help a lot of people for sure, for sure. I got a lot of good stuff in there. It's funny, all of that. And but we're also working on this marriage workshop right now, which we
Hmm.
are gonna have on our site. We have our site. We're working on that right now. We're gonna start posting that. Start posting a lot more of these type of videos and more content. So we got a lot of stuff on the way. Hope y'all
Hmm.
stay tuned,
Hmm.
and we just living life. We learning each other, loving each other. You know what I'm saying? Loving on each other, just trying to grow closer, continue to grow closer with the Lord, and
Hmm.
fulfilling our purpose as best as we can, and enjoying this life.
Yeah.
And you got any last words for the people, that just to inspire them today? Anything, Tiana, you could say?
As far as inspiration, I'm trying to think about where I'm at right now. Um, it's gonna sound so cliche, but keep God first in all that you do. Um, and make sure you are obedient. Make sure you're obedient to whatever it is that He's telling you to do. Make sure that you absolutely do it. Like, just to save yourself the trouble, do whatever it is He's asking you to do.
I like that. I like that. That's
Yeah.
very important. Very important. Keep God first.
Yes.
We love y'all. We out. Peace.
Bye. Hi, Ezra. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Do you want some juice?